Nay, but this dotage of our generals o'erflows the measure. His captain's heart, which in the scuffles of great fights hath burst the buckles on his breast, reneges all temper. Oh, take but good note, and you shall see in him the triple pillar of the world transformed into a strumpet's fool. Behold and see.
If it be love indeed, tell me how much.
There's beggary in the love that can be reckoned.
I'll settle born how far to be beloved.
Thou must needs then find out a new heaven and new earth.
News, my good lord, from Rome?
Oh, grates me. The sum?
Nay, hear them, Antony. Fulvia perchance is angry. Or who knows if the scarce bearded Caesar have not set his powerful mandate to you. Do this, or this, perform it, or else we damn thee.
How, my love?
Oh, hear the messenger.
Oh.
As I am Egypt's queen, thou blushest, Antony. And that blood of thine is Caesar's homager. The messenger?
Let Rome in Tiber melt. Here is my space. Kingdoms are clay. The nobleness of life is to do thus.
Excellent falsehood. Why did he marry Fulvia and not love her?
Now for the love of love and her soft hours, let's not confound the time with conference harsh. There's not a minute of our lives should stretch without some pleasure now. What's sport tonight?
Hear the ambassador.
Aye, wrangling queen, whom everything becomes, to chide, to laugh, to weep, who every passion fully strives to make itself in thee fair and admired. We'll wander through the streets and note the qualities of the people. Come, my queen.
Is Caesar with Antonius prize so slight?
Sir, sometimes when he is not Antony.
I am full sorry that he approves the common liar who thus speaks of him at Rome. But I will hope of better deeds tomorrow. Rest you happy.
Lord Alexis, sweet Alexis, most anything Alexis, almost most absolute Alexis. Where is the soothsayer that you praise so to the queen?
Soothsayer?
Your will.
Is this the man? Is't you, sir, that knows things?
In nature's infinite book of secrecy, a little I can read.
Show him your hand.
Bring in the banquet quickly. Wine enough, Cleopatra's health to drink.
Good sir, give me good fortune.
I make not, but foresee.
Pray then foresee me one.
You shall outlive the lady whom you serve.
Oh, excellent. I love long life better than figs. Now come, tell Alexis his.
We'll know all our fortunes.
Mine and most of our fortunes tonight shall be drunk in bed.
Oh, you wild bedfellow, you cannot soothsay.
Hush, here comes the queen.
Saw you, my lord?
No, lady.
Was he not here?
No, madam.
He was disposed to mirth, but on the sudden a Roman thought hath struck him. Enobarbus,
Madam.
seek him and bring him hither. Where's Alexis?
Here at your service. My lord approaches.
We will not look upon him. Go with us.
Fulvia, thy wife first came into the field.
Against my brother Lucius?
Aye, but soon that war had end, and the time state made friends of them, joining their force against Caesar.
Well, what worst?
The nature of bad news infects the teller.
Speak to me home, mince not the general tongue.
Fulvia, thy wife, is dead.
Where died she?
In Sicyon.
There's a great spirit gone. Thus did I desire it. What our contempt doth often hurl from us, we wish it ours again. She's good being gone. I must from this enchanting queen break off. How now, Enobarbus?
It's your pleasure, sir.
I must with haste from hence.
Why then, we kill all our women. We see how mortal an unkindness is to them. If they suffer our departure, death's the word.
I must be gone.
Cleopatra, catching but the least noise of this, dies instantly.
I've never seen her.
Oh, sir, Sir, you had then left unseen a wonderful piece of work, which not to have been blessed withal would have discredited your travail.
Fulvia is dead.
Sir?
Fulvia is dead.
Fulvia?
Dead.
Why, sir, give the gods a thankful sacrifice.
The business she hath broached in the state cannot endure my absence.
And the business you have broached here cannot be without you, especially that of Cleopatra's.
No more light answers. Let our officers have notice what we purpose. I shall break the cause of our expedience to the queen and get her love depart. For not alone the death of Fulvia, but the letters too of many our contriving friends in Rome petition us home. Our slippery people, whose love is never linked to the deserver till his deserts are past, begins to throw Pompey the Great and all his dignities upon his son. Who, high in name and power, higher than in both blood and life, stands up for the main soldier, whose quality going on, the sides of the world may danger. Say our pleasure to such as whose places require under us our quick remove from hence.
I shall do it.
Where is he?
I did not see him since.
See where he is, who's with him, and what he does.
Madam, methinks if you did love him dearly, you do not hold the method to enforce the like from him.
What should I do? I do not.
In each thing give him way, cross him nothing.
Thou teachest like a fool the way to lose him.
In time we hate that which we often fear. Here comes Antony.
I am sick and sullen.
I'm sorry to give breathing to my purpose.
Cut me away, dear Charmian. I shall fall. Pray you, stand farther from me.
What's the matter?
No, but that same eye, there's some good news. What says the married woman? You may go, which had never given you leave to come. Let her not say 'tis I that keep you here. I have no power upon you. Hers you are.
Cleopatra.
Why should I think you can be mine and true, though you in swearing shake the throne of gods who have been false to Fulvia?
Most sweet queen.
Nay, pray ye, seek no colour for your going, but bid farewell and go.
Hear me, queen. The strong necessity of time commands our services a while, but my full heart remains in use with you. Sextus Pompeius makes his approaches to the port of Rome. Rich in his father's honor, he creeps apace upon the present state. My more particular, and that which most you should say for my going, is Fulvia's death.
Did Fulvia die?
She's dead, my queen.
Oh, most false love! Where be the sacred vials thou shouldst fill with sorrowful water? Now I see in Fulvia's death how mine received shall be. I prithee, turn aside and weep for her, then bid adieu to me and say the tears belong to Egypt. Good now, play one scene of excellent dissembling and let it look like perfect honor.
You'll heat my blood no more?
Oh, you can do better yet, but this is meekly.
Now by my sword.
Now this is not the best. Look, thee, Charmian, how this Herculean Roman has become the carriage of his chase.
I'll leave you, lady.
Precious lord, one word. Sir, you and I must part, but that's not it. Sir, you and I have loved, but there's not it. That you know well, but sir, forgive me. Since my becomings kill me, when they do not, I well pity you. Your honour calls you hence. Therefore be deaf to my unpitied folly, and all the gods go with you.
Let us go. Come. Our separation so abides and flies that thou residing here goes yet with me, and I hence fleeting here remain with thee.
You may see, Lepidus, and henceforth know it is not Caesar's natural vice to hate our great competitor. From Alexandria, this is the news. He fishes, drinks, and wastes the lamps of night in revel. You shall find there a man who is the abstract of all faults that all men follow.
I must not think there are evils enough to darken all his goodness. Oh, here's more news.
Pompey is strong at sea, and it appears he's beloved of those that have only feared Caesar, and men's reports give him much wrong.
I should have known no less. 'Tis time we twain did show ourselves in the field, and to that end assemble we immediate council. Pompey thrives in our idleness.
Tomorrow, Caesar, I shall be furnished to inform you rightly both by sea and land what I can be able to front this present time.
Till which encounter it is my business too. Farewell.
Charmian.
Madam.
Give me to drink, Mandragora.
Why, madam?
That I might sleep out this great gap of time my Antony is away.
You think of him too much.
Oh, 'tis treason.
Madam, I trust not so.
Oh, Charmian, where thinkest thou he is now? Stands he, or sits he, or does he walk? Or is he on a horse? Oh, happy horse, to bear the weight of Antony.
Sovereign of Egypt, hail.
How goes it, my brave Mark Antony?
The last thing he did, dear queen, he kissed, the last of many double kisses, this Orient pearl. His speech sticks in my heart.
Mine ear must pluck it thence.
Good friend, quoth he, say the firm Roman to great Egypt sends this treasure of an oyster, at whose foot, to mend the petty present, I will piece her opulent throne with kingdoms. All the East, say thou, shall call her mistress. So he nodded, and looked soberly, and did mount an arm-gaunt steed.
What, was he sad or merry?
Like to the time of year between the extremes of hot and cold, he was nor sad nor merry.
A well-divided disposition. Meetest thou my posts?
Why, madam, 20 several messengers. Why do you send so thick?
Who's born that day when I forget to send to Antony shall die a beggar? Ink and paper, Charmian. He shall have every day a several greeting, or I'll unpeople Egypt.
Enobarbus, 'tis a worthy deed, and shall become you well to entreat your captain to soft and gentle speech.
Oh, I shall entreat him to answer like himself. If Caesar move him, let Antony look over Caesar's head and speak as loud as Mars.
'Tis not a time for private stomaching.
Every time serves for the matter that is then born in't.
Your speech is passion. But pray you, sir, no embers up. Here comes the noble Antony.
And yonder Caesar.
Noble friends, that which combined us was most great, and let not a leaner action rend us then, noble partners, touch you the sourest points with sweetest terms, nor cursedness grow to the matter.
'Tis spoken well. Were we before our armies and to fight, I should do thus.
Welcome to Rome.
Thank you.
Sit.
Sit, sir.
Nay then.
I learn you take things ill which are not so, or being concern you not. My being in Egypt, what was to you?
No more than my residing here at Rome might be to you in Egypt. Yet, if you there did practice on my state, your being in Egypt might be my question.
How intend you practiced?
You may be pleased to catch at mine intent by what did here befall me. Your wife and brother made wars upon me, and their contestation was theme for you. You were the word of war.
You do mistake your business. My brother never did urge me in his act.
I wrote to you. When rioting in Alexandria, you did pocket up my letters, and with taunts did jibe my missive out of audience.
Sir, he fell upon me ere admitted. Then 3 kings I had newly feasted and did want what I was in the morning. But the next day I told him of myself, which was as much to have asked his pardon.
You have broken the article of your oath, which you shall never have tongue to charge me with.
Ah, Caesar.
No, Lepidus, let him speak. The honor is sacred, which he talks on now, supposing that I lacked it. But on, Caesar.
To lend me arms and aid when I required them, the which you both denied.
Neglected, rather. I'll play the penitent to you, but mine honesty shall not make poor my greatness. The truth is, Fulvia, to have me out of Egypt, made wars here, for which myself, the ignorant motive, do so far ask pardon as befits mine honor to stoop in such a case.
'Tis nobly spoken.
It might please you. to enforce no further griefs between you, to forget them quite, or to remember that the present need speaks to atone you.
I do not much dislike the matter, but the manner of his speech. For it cannot be we shall remain in friendship.
Give me leave, Caesar.
Speak, Agrippa.
Thou hast a sister by thy mother's side, admired Octavia. Great Mark Antony is now a widower.
Say not so, Agrippa. If Cleopatra heard you, your reproof were well deserved of rashness.
I am not married, Caesar. Let me hear Agrippa further speak.
To make you brothers and to knit your hearts with an unslipping knot, take Antony Octavia to his wife, and by this marriage all little jealousies, which now seem great, would then be nothing.
Will Caesar speak? Will Caesar speak?
Not till he hears how Antony is touched with what is spoke already.
What power is in Agrippa, if I would say, Agrippa, be it so?
The power of Caesar, and his power unto Octavia.
May I never dream of impediment. And from this hour, the heart of brothers govern in our lives.
A sister I bequeath you, whom no brother did love so dearly.
Time calls upon us. Of us must Pompey presently be sought, or else he seeks out us.
Where lies he? What is his strength by land?
Great and increasing, but by the sea he is an absolute master.
Haste we for it, yet ere we put ourselves in arms, dispatch we the business we've talked of.
With most gladness, I do invite you to my sister's view. Whither straight I'll lead you.
Let us, Lepidus, not lack your company.
Noble Antony, not sickness should detain me.
Welcome from Egypt, sir.
Half the heart of Caesar, worthy Mecenas.
You stayed well by it in Egypt?
Oh, sir, we did sleep day out of countenance, made the night light with drinking.
8 wild boars roasted whole at a breakfast, and but 12 persons there. Is this true?
This was but as a fly by an eagle. We had much more monstrous matter of feast, which worthily deserved noting.
She's a most triumphant lady, if reports be square to her.
I will tell you. The barge she sat in like a burnished throne burnt on the water, and so perfumed that the winds were lovesick for her own person. It beggared all description. She did lie in her pavilion, cloth of gold. On each side stood pretty dimpled boys like smiling cupids, her gentlewomen like the Nereids. So many mermaids tended her the eyes and made their bends adornings. The city cast her people out upon her. And Antony, enthroned in the marketplace, did sit alone, whistling to the air. Which, but for vacancy upon her landing, Antony sent to her, invited her to supper. She replied, it should be better he become her guest, which she entreated. Our courteous Antony, being barbered 10 times o'er, goes to the feast, and for his ordinary pays his heart.
Now Antony must leave her utterly.
Never. He will not do it.
Let us go. Good Enobarbus, make yourself my guest whilst you abide here.
Humbly, sir. I thank you.
The world and my great office will sometime divide me from your bosom.
All which time before the gods my knee shall bow my prayers to them for you.
Good night, sir. My Octavia, read not my blemishes in the world's report. I have not kept my square, but that to come shall all be done by the rule. Good night, dear lady. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Now, Sirrah, you do wish yourself in Egypt?
Would I have never come from thence, nor you thither.
Say to me, Whose fortunes shall rise higher, Caesar's or mine?
Caesar's. Therefore, Antony, stay not by his side. Thy Damon, that thy spirit which keeps thee, is noble, courageous, aye, unmatchable, where Caesar's is not. But near him thy angel becomes a fear. As being all-powered, therefore make space enough.
Speak this no more.
To none but thee, no more. But one to thee, if thou dost play with him in any game, thou art sure to lose. And of that natural luck, he beats thee against...
Get thee gone! He hath spoken true. The very dice obey him, and our sports may better... My better cunning faints under his chance. If we draw lots, he speeds. His cocks do win the battle still of mine when it is all to naught. Thus I will to Egypt, and though I make this marriage for my peace, in the east my pleasure lies.
Give me some music, moody food of us that trade in love.
The music, ho?
Oh, let it alone. Fetch mine angle, I'll well to the river. Will betray horny finned fishes, and as I draw them up, I'll think every one of them an Antony, and say, aha, you're caught.
'Twas merry when you wagered on your angling, when your diver did hang a saltfish on his hook, and he with fervency drew it up.
That time, oh, times. I laughed him out of patience, and that night I laughed him into patience. And next morn, ere the 9th hour, I drunk him to his bed. Oh, from Italy, ram thy fruitful tidings in mine ears.
Madam.
Antony's dead. If thou say so, villain, thou kill'st thy mistress. But well and free, if thou so yield him. There's gold.
First, madam, he is well.
Oh, there's more gold. Sirrah, mark, we use to say the dead are well. Bring it to that. The gold I give thee, I will melt and pour down thy ill-spring throat.
Will please you hear me?
I have a mind to strike thee ere thou speakest. Yet, if thou say Antony lives, is well, or friends with Caesar, or not captive to him, I'll set thee in a shower of gold and hail rich pearls upon thee.
Madam, he's well.
Well said.
And friends with Caesar.
Thou'rt an honest man.
Caesar and he are greater friends than ever.
Oh, make thee a fortune from me.
But yet, madam.
I do not like but yet. Aye, but yet. Pour out the pack of matter to mine ear, good and bad together. He's friends with Caesar, in state of health, thou sayest, and thou sayest free.
Free, madam, no. I made no such report. Madam, he's bound unto Octavia.
For what good turn?
For the best turn in the bed.
I am pale, Charmian.
He's married to Octavia.
Most infectious pestilence upon thee!
Good madam, patience!
Why say you? It's horrible villain, or I'll spurn thine eyes like bulls before me. I'll unhair thy head. Thou shalt be whipped with wire and stewed in brine, smarting in lingering pickle.
Gracious madam, I that do bring the news, meet not the match.
Say 'tis not so. A province I will give thee, and make thy fortunes proud. The blow thou hadst from me shall make thy peace for moving me to rage.
He's married, madam.
Rogue, thou hast lived too long.
Nay, then I'll run. What mean you, madam? I have made no fault.
Good madam, keep yourself within yourself. The man is innocent.
Oh. He is.
Shall I call him again?
Yes, please bring him here.
He is
Where is he?
Come.
I will not hurt him. His hands do lack nobility that strike a meaner than myself, since I myself have given myself the cause. Come hither, sir. Though it be honest, it is never good to bring bad news.
I have done my duty.
I cannot hate thee worse than I do, if thou again say yes.
He's married, madam.
God confound thee! Dost thou hold there still?
Should I lie, madam?
Oh, I would thou didst. So half my Egypt was submerged and made a cistern for scaled snakes. He is married.
I crave your highness pardon.
He is married?
He's married to Octavia.
Oh, thee hence.
Good, your highness, patience.
In praising Antony, I have praised Caesar.
Many times, madam.
Go to the fellow. Alexis, bid him report the feature of Octavia, her years, her inclination. Let him not leave out the colour of her hair. Bring me word quickly.
What? Are the brothers parted?
They have dispatched with Pompey. He is gone. The other three are sealing. Octavia weeps to part from Rome. Caesar is sad. And Lepidus, since Pompey's feast, as all have seen, is troubled with the green sickness.
'Tis a noble Lepidus.
A very fine one. Oh, how he loves Caesar.
Nay, but how dearly he adores Mark Antony.
Caesar? Why, he's the Jupiter of men.
What's Antony, the god of Jupiter?
Well, spake you of Caesar? How? The nonpareil?
Oh, Antony, oh thou Arabian bird.
But he loves Caesar best. Yet he loves Antony. Oh, hearts, tongues, figure, scribes, bards, poets cannot think, speak, cast, write, sing, number. Oh, his love to Antony. But as for Caesar, kneel down and wonder.
Both he loves.
They are his hands, they are his shards, and he their beetle.
You take from me a great part of myself. Use me well in it. Sister, prove such a wife as my thoughts make thee.
So the gods keep you. We will hear part.
Farewell, my dearest sister. Farewell.
Sir, look well to my husband's house, and
What, Octavia?
I'll tell you in your ear.
Will Caesar weep?
He has a cloud in his face.
He were the worse for that were he a horse. So is he being a man?
Why, Enobarbus, when Antony found Julius Caesar dead, he cried almost to roaring, and he wept when at Philippi he found Brutus slain.
That year indeed he was troubled with a rheum.
You shall hear from me still. The time shall not outgo my thinking on you.
Come, sir, come. I will wrestle with you in my strength of love. Oh, look, here I have you. And I'll let you go and give you to the gods.
Adieu. Be happy.
Let all the number of the stars give light to thy fair way.
Farewell. Farewell.
Farewell.
Where is the fellow?
Half afeard to come.
Oh, go to. Here, sir.
Good Majesty, Herod of Jury dare not look upon you but when you are well pleased.
That Herod's head I'll have. Come, thou near.
Most gracious Majesty.
Dost thou behold Octavia?
I, dread queen. I looked in her face and saw her led between her brother and Mark Antony.
Is she as tall as me?
She is not, madam.
To hear her speak? Is she shrill-tongued or low?
Madam, I heard her speak, and she is low-voiced.
That's not so good. You cannot like her long.
Like her, 'tis impossible.
What majesty is in her gait? Remember, if e'er thou look'st on majesty.
She creeps.
Is this certain?
Or I have no observance.
This fellow has good judgment.
Excellent.
Bear'st thou her face in mind? It's long or round?
Round, even to faultiness.
There's gold for thee. Thou must not take my former sharpness ill. I will employ thee back again. I find thee most fit for business. Go make thee ready. Our letters are prepared.
A proper man.
Indeed, he is so. I repent me much that I so harried him. Why, methinks, this creature's no such thing.
Nothing, madam.
The man hath seen some majesty, and should know.
I warrant you, madam.
Nay, Octavia. Not only that. that were excusable, that and thousands more of semblable import, but he hath waged new wars against Pompey. He hath made his will and read it to public ear.
Oh, my good lord, believe not all, or if you must believe, stomach not all. A more unhappy lady of this division chance ne'er stood between praying for both parts. When I shall pray, oh, bless my lord and husband, undo that prayer by crying out as loud, oh, bless my brother. Husband win, brother praise and destroys the prayer. No midway twixt these extremes at
Gentle
all.
Octavia, let your best loves draw to that point, which seeks best to preserve it. But as you requested, yourself shall go between us. In the meantime, lady, I will raise the preparations of a war, shall stain your brother. Make your soonest haste, so your desires are yours.
Thanks to my lord. The Jova power make me most weak, your reconciler.
How now, friend Eros?
There's strange news come, sir.
What, man?
Caesar and Lepidus have made wars upon Pompey.
This is old. What is the success?
Caesar, having made use of him in the wars against Pompey, seizes him. So the poor third is up till death enlarge his confine.
Then, world, thou hast a pair of chaps, no more, and throw between them all the food thou hast, they'll grind the one the other.
Contemning Rome, he has done all this and more. In the marketplace, on a tribunal silvered, Cleopatra and himself in chairs of gold were publicly enthroned, and unto her he gave the establishment of Egypt and made her absolute queen!
This in the public eye.
In the common place where they exercise!
Let Rome be thus informed.
Who, queasy with his insolence already, will their good thoughts call from him?
People knows it and now have received his accusations.
Who does he accuse?
Caesar! And that having in Sicily Sextus Pompey spoiled, we had not rated him his part of the isle. Then does he say he frets that Lepidus of the triumvirate should be deposed?
Sir, this should be answered.
'Tis done already, and the messenger gone. I have told him Lepidus was grown too cruel and did deserve his change. For what I have conquered, I grant him part. But then in his Armenia and other of his conquered kingdoms, I demand the like.
He'll never yield to that.
Nor must not then be yielded to in this.
Hail, Caesar, and my lord, hail, most dear Caesar.
Why have you stolen upon us thus? You come not like Caesar's sister, the wife of Antony, should have an army for an usher and the neighbors of horse to tell of her approach.
To come thus was I not constrained, but did on my free will. My lord Mark Antony, hearing that you prepared for war, acquainted my grieved ear withal, whereon I begged his pardon for return.
Which soon he granted, being an obstruct tween his lust and him.
Do not say so, my lord.
I have eyes upon him, and his affairs come to me on the wind. Where is he now?
My lord, in Athens.
No, most wronged sister, Cleopatra hath nodded him to her. He hath given his empire up to a whore, who now are levying the kings of the earth for war.
Ay me, most wretched that have my heart parted betwixt two friends that now are at such odds.
You are abused beyond the mark of thought. Best of comfort, and ever welcome to us.
I will be even with thee, ought it not?
Why? Why?
Thou hast forspoke my being in these wars.
Your presence needs must puzzle Antony.
I will not stay behind.
Nay, I have done. Here comes the emperor.
Camidias, we will fight with him by sea.
By sea? What else? Why will my lord do so?
For that he dares us to it.
So hath my lord dared him to single fight.
Aye, and to wage this battle at Pharsalia, where Caesar fought with Pompey. But these offers which serve not for his vantage, he shakes off. And so should you.
Your ships are not well manned. Their ships are yours heavy. No disgrace shall fall you for refusing him at sea, being prepared for land.
Fight at sea.
I have 60 sails. Caesar none better.
Our overplus of shipping will we burn, and with the rest full man from the head of Actium, beat the approaching Caesar. But if we fall, then we can do it at land. How now, worthy soldier?
O noble emperor, do not fight by sea. Trust not the rotten planks. Do you misdoubt this sword and these my wounds? Let the Egyptians and the Phoenicians go a ducking. We have used to conquer standing on the earth and fighting foot to foot.
Well, away!
By Hercules, I think I am the right.
Soldier thou art, but so our leaders lead.
You keep by land the legions and the horse whole, do you not?
This speed of Caesar's carries beyond belief. Who's his lieutenant, hear you?
They say one Taurus.
The emperor calls Camidias.
With news the times with labor, and throws forth each minute some.
Taurus.
Sir, my lord.
Strike not by land. Keep whole. Provoke not battle till we have done at sea. Do not exceed the prescript of this scroll. Our fortune lies upon this jump.
Set we our squadrons on yon side of the hill, in eye of Caesar's battle, from which place we may the number of ships behold, and so proceed accordingly.
Camidias marches with his land army one way over the stage, and Taurus, the lieutenant of Caesar, the other way. After their going in is heard the noise of a sea fight.
Sea fight! Sea fight!
Not all, I can behold no longer.
Gods and goddesses.
What's thy passion?
The greater cancel of the world is lost with very ignorance. We've kissed away kingdoms and provinces.
How appears the fight?
On our side, like the token pestilence where death is sure. Yon rebotted nag of Egypt, whom leprosy o'ertake. In the middle of the fight, when vantage like a pair of twins appeared, both as the same, or rather ours, the elder. The breeze upon her, like a cow in June, hoists sail and flies.
That I beheld. Mine eyes did sicken at the sight, and could not endure a further view.
She once being loosed, the noble ruin of her magic, Antony, claps on his sea wing, and like a doting mallard, leaving the heightened fight, flies after her. I never saw an action of such shame, experience, manhood, honor, ne'er before did violate so itself.
Alack, alack.
Our fortune on the sea is out of breath and sinks most lamentably. Had our general been what he knew himself, it had gone well. Oh, his has given example for our fight, most grossly by his own.
Aye, are you thereabouts? Why then, good night indeed.
Toward Peloponnesus are they fled.
'Tis easy to it, and there I will attend what further comes.
To Caesar will I render my legions and my horse. 6 kings already show me the way of yielding.
I'll yet follow the wounded chance of Antony, though my reason sits in the wind against me.
Hark! The land bids me to tread no more upon it. It is a shame to bear me. Friends, I have a ship laden with gold. Take that, divide it, fly, and make your peace with Caesar.
Why? Not we.
God, I have fled myself and have instructed cowards to run and show their shoulders. Friends, be gone. I have myself resolved upon a course which has no need of you. Pray you look not sad, nor make no replies of loathness. Just take the hint which my despair proclaims. I will see you by and by.
Nay, gentle madam, to him, comfort him.
Do, most dear queen.
Do. Why, what else?
Let me sit down. Oh, Juno.
Oh, no.
See you here, sir.
Oh, fie.
Madam, oh good empress.
Sir.
Yes, my lord, yes. He at Philippi kept his sword, even like a dancer. Well, I struck a lean and wrinkled Cassius. It was I that the mad Brutus ended, and yet no matter.
Go to him, madam, speak to him. He is unqualified with very shame.
Then sustain me. Oh.
Most noble sir, arise. The queen approaches. Her head's declined, and death will seize her, but your comfort makes the rescue.
I have offended reputation.
Sir, the queen.
Whither hast thou led me, Egypt? See? How I convey my shame out of thine eyes by by looking back on what I've left behind, destroyed in dishonor.
Oh, my lord, forgive my fearful sails. I little thought you would have followed.
Egypt, thou knewest too well my heart was to thy rudder, tied by the strings. And thou shouldst tow me after, or my spirit thy full supremacy thou knowst.
Oh, my pardon.
How much you were my conqueror, and that my sword, made weak by my affection, would obey it on all costs.
Oh, pardon.
Fall not a tear. I say, one of them rates all that is won and lost. Give me a kiss. Even this repays me. Some wine within there, and our viands. Fortune knows we scorn her most when most she offers blows.
Let him appear that's come from Antony. Know you him?
Caesar, 'tis his schoolmaster, an argument that he has plucked when hither he sends so poor a pinion of his wing, which had superfluous kings for messengers, not many moons gone by.
Approach and speak.
Such as I am, I come from Antony.
Declare thine office.
Lord of his fortunes, he salutes thee and requires to live in Egypt, which not granted, he lessens his request, and to thee sues to let him breathe between the heavens and earth a private man in Athens. This for him. Next, Cleopatra does confess thy greatness, submits her to thy might, and to thee craves the circle of Ptolemies for her heirs, now hazarded to thy grace.
For Antony I have no ears to his request. The queen of audience nor desire shall fail, so she from Egypt drive her all disgraced friend, or take his life there. So to them both.
Fortune pursue thee.
Bring him through the bands. To try thy eloquence, now 'tis time. Dispatch from Antony win Cleopatra. Promise, and in our name, what she requires. Add more from thine invention. Try thy cunning, Phidias. Make thine own edict for thy pains, which we will answer as law.
Caesar, I go.
What shall we do, Enobarbus?
Think and die.
Is Antony or we in fault for this?
Antony only, that would make his will lord of his reason. Why should he follow?
That his answer?
My lord.
Well, the queen shall then have courtesy, so she will yield us up.
He says so.
Let her know it. To the boy Caesar send this grizzled head, and he will fill thy wishes to the brim with principalities.
Head, my lord.
To him again. Tell him the world should note something particular. His coin, ships, legions may be a coward's whose ministers would prevail under the service as a child as soon as in the command of Caesar. I dare him, therefore, to answer me declined. Sword against sword, ourselves alone. I'll write it. Follow me.
Yes, like enough. I see men's judgments are a parcel of their fortunes, and things outward do draw the inward quality after them, to suffer all alike.
Message from Caesar.
What? No ceremony? See, my women, against the blown rose may they stop their nose that kneeled unto the buds. Admit him, sir.
Mine honesty and I begin to square. The loyalty well held to fools does make our faith mere folly. Yet he that can endure to follow with allegiance a fallen lord does conquer him that did his master conquer, and earns a place in the story.
Caesar's will?
Hear it apart?
None but friends, say boldly.
So happily are they friends to Antony.
He needs as many, sir, as Caesar has, or needs not us. If Caesar please, our master will leap to be his friend. For us, you know, whose he is we are, and that is Caesar's.
So, thus then, thou most renowned, Caesar entreats not to consider in what case thou standst, further than he is Caesar.
Go on, right royal.
He knows that you embrace not Antony as you did love him, but as you feared him.
Oh?
The scars upon your honor, therefore he does pity, as constrained blemishes, not as deserved.
He is a god, and knows what is most right. Mine honor was not yielded, but conquered merely.
To be sure of that, I will ask Antony. Sir, thou art so leaky that we must leave thee to thy sinking, for thy dearest quit thee.
Shall I say to Caesar what you require of him? For he partly begs to be desired to give. It much would please him to hear from me you had left Antony.
Say to Caesar this, in deputation, I kiss his conquering hand. Tell him I am prompt to lay my crown at his feet and there to kneel. Tell him from his all-obeying breath, I hear the doom of Egypt.
'Tis your noblest course. No chance may shake it. Give me grace to lay my duty on your hand.
Your Caesar's father oft, when he hath mused of taking kingdoms in, bestowed his lips on that unworthy place, as it rained kisses.
Favors? By Jove that thunders, what art thou, fellow?
One that but performs the bidding of the fullest man and worthiest to have command obeyed.
You will be whipped.
Approach there. You kite. Now gods and devils, authority melts from me of late. When I cried ho, like boys unto a muss, kings would start forth and cry your will. Have you no ears? I am Antony yet. Take hence this jack and whip him.
'Tis better playing with a lion's whelp than with an old one dying.
Moon and stars, whip him! Whip him, fellows, till like a boy you see him cringe his face and whine aloud for mercy. Take him hence.
Mark Antony.
Take him away. Being whipped, bring him back again. Have I my pillow left unpressed in Rome to be abused by one that looks on feeders?
My lord.
You have been a boggler ever.
Oh, it's come to this.
I found you as a morsel cold upon dead Caesar's trencher. Nay, you were a fragment of Pompey's, besides what hotter hours unregistered in vulgar frame you have luxuriously picked out.
Wherefore is this?
To let a fellow that will take rewards and say, God quit you, be familiar with my playfellow, your hand? Well, is he whipped?
Soundly, my lord.
Cried he? And begged a pardon?
He did ask a favor.
Get thee back to Caesar. Tell him thy entertainment. Look, thou say, he makes me angry with him. For he seems proud and disdainful, harping on what I am, not what he knew I was. He makes me angry. And at this time, most easy is to do it when my good stars that were my former guides have empty left their orbs and shot their fires into the abysm of hell. Urge it thou. Hence, with thy stripes, be gone.
Have you done yet?
To flatter Caesar. Would you mingle eyes with one that ties his points?
Not know me yet?
Cold-hearted toward me?
Ah, dear, if I be so, my cold heart let heaven engender hail, and poison it in the source, and the first stone drop in my neck, as it determines so dissolve my life, my brave Egyptians all, by the descandering of this pellucid storm, lie graveless, for the flies and gnats of Nile have buried them for prey.
I am satisfied. Oh, where hast thou been, my heart? Dost thou hear, lady? If from the field I shall return once more to kiss these lips, I will appear in blood. I and my sword will earn our chronicle. There's hope in it yet.
That's my brave lord.
I will be treble-sinewed, hearted, breathed, and I'll fight maliciously. I'll set my teeth, send to darkness all that stop me. Come, let's have one other gaudy night. Call to me all my sad captains, and fill our bowls once more. Let's mock the midnight bell.
It is my birthday. I had thought to have it held at ball, but since my lord is Antony again, I will be Cleopatra.
We will yet do well.
Call all his noble captains to my lord.
Do so, do so. We'll speak to them, and tonight I'll force the wine to peep through their scars. Come on, my queen. There's sap in it yet. The next time I do fight, I'll make death love me.
Now he'll outstare the lightning. To be furious is to be frighted out of fear. And I see still a diminution in our captain's brain restores his heart. When valor preys on reason, it eats the sword it fights with. I will seek some way to leave him.
He calls me boy, and chides as he had power to beat me out of Egypt. My messenger, he hath whipped with rods and dares me to personal combat, Caesar to Antony. Let the old ruffian know I have many other ways to die. Meantime, laugh at this challenge.
Caesar must think. When one so great begins to rage, he's hunted even to falling. Give him no breath.
Let our best head know that tomorrow the last of many battles we mean to fight. Within our files there are of those that served Mark Antony, but late, enough to fetch him in. See it done. And feast the army. We have store to do it, and they have earned the waste. Poor Antony.
He will not fight with me, Demetrius?
No.
Why should he not?
He thinks being 20 times a better fortune, he is 20 men to 1.
Tomorrow, soldier, by sea and land I'll fight, or I will live or bathe my dying honor in the blood which shall make it live again. Wilt thou fight well?
I'll strike and cry, take all.
Well said. Come on, call forth my household servants. Let us tonight be bounteous at our meal. Ha! Give me thy hand. Thou hast been rightly honest, Jimmy Sears. So hast thou, Alice Bloomer, thou, Kristen Soul, thou, David Brown, oh, and thou, Bruce Pingree. You have served me well, and kings have been your fellows.
What means this?
'Tis one of those odd tricks which sorrow shoots out of the mind.
And thou art honest too. I wish that I might do you service, as so good as you have done me. Tend me tonight. Maybe it is the period of your duty. Happily, you shall not see me more, or if a mangled shadow, I look on you as one that takes his leave. Mine honest friends, tend me tonight 2 hours. I ask no more, and the gods yield you for it.
What mean you, sir, to give them this discomfort? Look, they weep, and I, an ass, am onion-eyed.
Oh, you take me to dolorous ascents, for I spake for your comfort. I did desire you to burn this night with torches. No, my hearts. I hope well of tomorrow. Let's to supper and drown consideration.
Brother, good night. Tomorrow is the day.
It will determine one way. Very well. Heard you of nothing strange about the streets?
Nothing? What news?
Belike 'tis but a rumor.
Peace. What noise?
List.
Hark.
Music in the air?
Under the earth.
It signs well, does it not?
No.
Peace, I say. What should this mean?
'Tis the god Hercules whom Antony loved now leaves him.
Walk. Let's see if watchmen do hear what we do. Follow the noise so far as we have quarter. Let's see how it will give off.
Strange.
Eros, Mine armor, Eros.
Sleep a little.
No, my Chuck. Eros, come, mine armor, Eros. Oh, come, good fellow. Put thine iron on. If fortune be not ours today, it is because we brave her. Come.
Nay, I'll help Anthony too. What's this for? Let it be. Thou art the armourer of my heart. False. This. Lord, I'll help.
Oh, well, we shall thrive now.
Is not this well buckled?
Rarely. He that unbuckles this shall hear a storm. Oh, thou fumblest, Eros, and my queen is a squire more tight at this than thou. Tomorrow, welcome. To business that we love, we rise betime and go to it with delight.
Thousands, sir, early, though you be, have on their riveted trim at the port expect you.
Oh, fare thee well, dame. Whate'er becomes of me, this is a soldier's kiss. Adieu.
Please you retire to your chamber.
Lead me. He goes forth gallantly, that he and Caesar might determine this great war in single fight. Then Antony, but now, well, on.
The gods make this a happy day to Antony.
Would thou and those scars had once prevailed to make me fight at land.
Hadst thou done so, the kings that have revolted and the soldier that has this morning left thee would still follow thy heels.
Who's gone this morning?
Who? One ever near thee. Call for Enobarbus, he shall not hear thee, nor from Caesar's camp say, I am none of thine.
What sayst thou?
Sir, he is with Caesar.
Sir, his chests and treasures he has not with him.
Is he gone?
Most certain.
Go, Eros, and send his treasure after him. Do it. Say that I wish he never find more cause to change a master. My fortunes have corrupted honest men. Dispatch!
Go forth, Agrippa, and begin the fight. Our will is Antony be took alive. Make it so known.
Caesar, I shall.
The time of universal peace is near. Prove this a prosperous day, the three-nooked world shall bear the olive freely.
Camidia did revolt, and did persuade great Herod to incline himself to Caesar, and leave his master Antony. For this pains, Caesar hath hanged him. I have done ill, of which I do accuse myself so sorely that I will joy no more.
Enobarbus, Antony hath after thee sent all thy treasure with his bounty over. Plus the messenger came on my guard, and at thy tent is now unloading of his mules.
I give it you.
Mock not, Enobarbus. Your emperor continues still a Jove.
I am alone the villain of the earth, and feel I am so most. Oh, Antony, thou mine of bounty, how wouldst thou have paid my better service? This blows my heart. I fight against thee. No, I will go seek some ditch wherein to die. The foulest best fits my latter part of life.
Oh! Retire. We have engaged ourselves too far. Caesar himself has work, and our oppression exceeds what we expected.
Oh no! We have beat him to his camp. Oh, thou bleeds to pace.
I had a wound here that was like a T, and now it's made an H.
They do retire.
They are beaten, sir, and our advantage serves for a fair victory.
Let us score their backs and snatch them up as we take hairs behind. 'Tis sport to maul a runner.
I will reward thee once for thy sprightly comfort, and tenfold for thy good valor. Run one before, and let the queen know of our guests. You have fought, not as you served the cause, but as it had been each man's like mine. You have shown all Hectors enter the city. Clip your wives, your friends, tell them your feats, whilst they with joyful tears wash the congealment from your wounds. And to this great fairy, Cleopatra, I'll commend thy acts, make her thanks, bless thee, thou day in the world. Chain mine armed neck, leap thou, attire and all, through proof of harness to my heart.
Oh, infinite virtue! Comest thou smiling from the world's great snare on court?
My nightingale, we have beat them to their beds. Behold this man. Commend unto his lips thy favoring hand. Kiss it, my warrior. Oh, he hath fought today as if a god in hate of mankind had destroyed in such a shape.
I'll give thee, friend, an armourer all of gold. It was a king's.
Thou hast deserved it. Give me thy hand. Through Alexandria, make a jolly march. Had our great palace the capacity to camp this host, we all would sup together and drink carouses to the next day's fate, which promises a royal peril. Trumpeters, with brazen din blast you the city's ear. Make mingle of the rattling tambourines, that heaven and earth may strike their sounds together, applauding our approach.
Be witness to me, O thou blessed moon, when men revolted shall upon record bear hateful memory, poor Enobarbus did before thy face repent. O Antony, nobler than my revolt is infamous. Forgive me in thine own particular, but let the world rank me in register, a master leaver and a fugitive. Oh, Antony. Oh, Antony.
The preparation is today by sea. We please them not by land.
Both, my lord.
Oh, I would they would fight in the fire or in the air. We would fight there too.
But being charged will still be by the land, which as attacked we shall, for his best force is forth to man his galleys. To the vales, and hold our best advantage.
Yet they are not joined. Where yon pine does stand, I shall discover all. I'll bring thee word straight how 'tis like to go.
Swallows have built in Cleopatra's sail their nests. Antony is valiant and dejected, and by starts his fretted hopes give him hope and fear of what he has and has not.
All is lost. This foul Egyptian hath betrayed me. My fleet hath yielded to the foe, and yonder they cast their caps up and carouse together like friends long lost. All come to this? The hearts that panelled me at heels, to whom I gave their wishes, do discandy and melt their sweets on blossoming Caesar. The spell! Avaunt.
Why is my lord enraged against his love?
Vanish, or I will give thee thy deserving, and blemish Caesar's triumph, and then let patient Octavia plow thy visage up with her prepared nails. It is well thou art gone, if it be well to live. But whate'er 'twere, thou fell'st into my fury, for one death might have prevented more. This witch shall die. To the young Roman boy she hath sold me, and I fall under this plot. She dies for Eros. Ho!
Help me, my women.
To the monument, there lock yourself, and send him word that you are dead.
To the monument. Alexis, go tell him I have slain myself. Say the last I spoke was Antony, and word it, prithee, piteously. Hence, Alexis, and bring me how he takes my death. The monument.
Eros, thou yet beholdst me?
Aye, noble lord.
Sometimes we see a cloud that's dragonish. A vapor sometimes like a bear or a lion. Have I seen these signs?
Aye, my lord.
I made these wars for Egypt, and the queen, whose heart I thought I had, she, Eros, has packed cards with Caesar and false played my glory unto an enemy's triumph.
Oh, Antony, my mistress loved thee, and her fortunes mingled with thine entirely.
And saucy eunuch, she hath betrayed me, and she shall die the death.
Death of one person can be paid but once, and that she has discharged. What thou wouldst do is done unto thy hand. The last she spake was, Antony, most noble Antony. Then in the midst of a tearing groan did break the name of Antony. It was divided between her heart and lips. She rendered life, thy name so buried in her.
Dead then?
Dead.
On arm, Eros. The long day's task is done. And we must sleep. That thou departst hence safe, does pay thy labor richly. No. Cleave my sides. I will overtake thee, Cleopatra, and weep for my pardon. So it must be, for now all length is torture, since the torch is out. Lie down and stray no further. All is done. Eros, come, my queen.
What would my lord?
Since Cleopatra died, I've lived in such dishonor that the gods detest my baseness. Thou art sworn, Eros, that when the exigent should come, that then thou then wouldst kill me? Do it. Do it. The time has come. Thou strikest not me. It is Caesar thou defeatst. Put color in thy cheek.
The gods withhold me.
Wouldst thou be windowed in great Rome and see thy master with pleached arms bending down his corrigible neck, his face subdued to penetrative shame, whilst the wheeled cart of fortunate Caesar drawn before him branded his baseness that ensued?
Oh, I would not.
Come then. For with a wound I must be cured.
Turn from me then that noble countenance wherein the worship of the whole world lies.
Allow thee.
My sword is drawn.
And let it do at once the thing that thou hast drawn it for.
My dear master, my captain, and my emperor, let me say before I strike this bloody stroke, farewell.
'Tis said, man. And farewell.
Farewell, great chief. Shall I strike now?
Now, Eros.
Oh! Wait there then. Thus do I escape the sorrow of Antony's death.
Thrice nobler than myself. Thou teachest me, O valiant Eros, what I should, and thou couldst not. Come then. And Eros, thy master dies thy scholar to do thus. Oh, I learned of thee. How? Not dead? Not dead? The guard! Dispatch me!
What's this noise?
I've done my work ill, friends. Make an end on what I have begun.
The star has fallen and the time is at its period.
Let him that loves me strike me dead.
Not I. Not I. Not I.
Where's Antony?
Art thou there? Scars, oh! Draw thy sword, and give me sufficing strokes for death.
Most absolute lord, my mistress Cleopatra sent me to thee.
When did she send me?
Now, my lord.
Where is she?
Locked in her monument. She had a prophesying fear of what hath come to pass, for when she saw, which never shall be found, you did suspect she had deposed with Caesar, and that your rage would not be purged. She sent you word she was dead. But fearing since how it might work, had sent me to proclaim the truth, and I am come, I dread, too late.
Too late. Scars, bear me, good friend, where Cleopatra brides. It's the last service that I shall command of you.
Oh, Charmian, I will never go from hence.
Be comforted, dear madam.
No, I will not. All strange and terrible events are welcome, but comforts we despise. Our sighs of sorrow, proportioned to our cause, must be as great as that which makes it. How now? Is he dead?
His death's upon him, but not dead.
Oh, son! Oh, Antony! Help! Charmian! Help! Alexis!
Not Caesar's valor hath o'erthrown Antony, but Antony's hath triumphed on itself.
Oh, so it should be, that none but Antony should conquer Antony. But woe, 'tis so.
I am dying, Egypt. Dying. Only I hear importune death a while until of our many thousand kisses, this poor last I lay upon thy lips.
I dare not. Here, my lord, I dare not. Help me, my women. We must draw thee up. Assist, good friends.
Oh, quick, or I'm gone.
Here's sport indeed. How heavy weighs my lord. Our strength is all gone into heaviness. Wishes were ever fools. Oh, come. Welcome. I hear where thou hast lived. Kissing. Had my lips that power, I would wear them out.
Give me some wine and let me speak a little.
No, let me speak. And let me rail so high that the false housewife Fortune break her wheel, provoked by my offence.
One word, sweet queen. Of Caesar, seek your honor with your safety. The miserable chains now at my end, lament nor sorrow at. Now my spirit is going. I can't.
Noblest of men, what die? Hast thou no care of me? Shall I abide in this dull world, which in thy absence is no better than a sty? Oh, see, my women, crown of the earth doth melt. My lord, how withered is the garland of the war. The soldier's pole is fallen. Young boys and girls are level now with men. The odds is gone, and there is nothing left remarkable beneath the visiting moon. It were for me to throw my sceptre at the injurious gods, to tell them that this world did equal theirs till they had stolen our jewel. All's but naught. My noble girls, our women, look, our lamp is spent. It's out. Sir, take heart. We'll bury him. And then, what's brave, what's noble, let's do it after the high Roman fashion, and make death proud to take us. Away. Ah, women, come, we have no friend but resolution and the briefest end.
Go to him, good Agrippa, bid him yield. Being so frustrate, tell him he mocks the pauses that he makes.
Caesar, I shall.
Wherefore is that? And what art thou that darest appear thus to us?
I am called that Kratos, Mark Antony I served, I wore my life to spend upon his haters. If thou please to take me to thee, as I was to him, I'll be to Caesar. If thou please not, I yield up my life. I say, O Caesar, Antony is dead.
The breaking of so great a thing should make a greater crack. The world round should have shook the lions into civil streets and citizens to their dens.
He is dead, Caesar. Not by a public minister of justice, nor by a hired knife, but that self-hand which writ his honor.
Look you sad, my friends. The gods rebuke me. But it is tidings to wash the eyes of kings. Oh, Antony, I have followed thee to this. I must perforce have shown to thee such a declining day, or look on thine, but yet let me lament that thou, my brother, my competitor, in top of all design, my mate in empire, friend, and companion in the front of war, the arm of mine own body, and the heart where mine his thoughts did kindle.
The queen, my mistress of thy intense desires instruction.
She soon shall know of us. By some of ours, how honorable and how kindly we determine for her. For Caesar cannot live to be ungentle.
So the gods preserve thee.
My desolation does begin to make a better life. 'Tis paltry to be Caesar. Not being fortune, he is but fortune's knave, a minister of her will, and it is great to do that thing that ends all other deeds.
Caesar sends greetings to the Queen of Egypt and bids thee study on what fair demands thou meanst to have him grant thee.
If your master would have a queen his beggar, you must tell him that majesty to keep decorum must no less beg than a kingdom. If he please to give me conquered Egypt for my son, he gives me so much of mine own as I will kneel to him with thanks.
Be of good cheer. You're fallen into a princely hand, and you shall find a conqueror that will pray in aid for kindness, where he for grace is kneeled to.
Pray you tell him I am fortune's vassal, and I send him the greatness he has got.
This I'll report. Have comfort, for I know your plight is pitied of him that caused it.
Quick, good hands.
Hold, worthy lady, hold. Do not yourself so much wrong, who are in this relieved, but not betrayed.
Where art thou, death? Come hither! Come! Come and take a queen, worthy many babes and beggars.
Oh, temperance, lady!
Sir, I will eat no meat. I'll not drink, sir. If idle talk will once be necessary, I'll not sleep neither. This mortal house I'll ruin. Do Caesar what he can.
You do extend these thoughts of horror further than you shall find cause in Caesar.
Which is the Queen of Egypt?
It is the Emperor, madam.
Arise, arise. You shall not kneel. I pray you rise. Rise, Egypt.
Sir, the gods will have it thus. My master and my lord I must obey.
Take to you no hard thoughts. The record of what injuries you did us, though written in our flesh, we shall remember as things done but by chance.
Oh, sir, the world. I cannot protect mine own cause so well. To make it clear, but do confess I have been laden with like frailties which before have often shamed our sex.
Cleopatra, no, we will extenuate rather than enforce. If you apply yourself to our intents, which towards you are most gentle, you shall find a benefit in this change. But if you seek to lay on me a cruelty by taking Antony's course, you shall bereave yourself of my good purposes and put your children to that destruction which I'll guard them from, if thereon you rely. I take my leave.
Be it known that we, the greatest, are misthought, things that others do. And when we fall, we answer others' merits in our name, are therefore to be pitied.
Cleopatra, make not your thoughts your prisons. No, dear queen, for we intend so to dispose you as you yourself shall give us counsel. Feed and sleep. Our care and pity is so much upon you that we remain your friend, and so, adieu.
My master, my lord.
Not so. Adieu.
He words me, girls, he words me. I should not be noble to myself. Hark thee, Charmian. I have spoke already, and it is provided. Go put it into haste.
Madam, I will.
Madam, as thereto sworn by your command, I tell you this. Caesar through Syria intends his journey, and within 3 days, you with your children will he send before. Make your best use of this. I have performed your pleasure and my promise.
I shall remain your debtor.
I, your servant. Adieu, good queen. I must attend on Caesar.
Farewell, and thanks. Now, what thinkest thou? Thou, an Egyptian puppet, shalt be shown in Rome.
The gods forbid.
Nay, it's most certain. Comedians extemporarily will stage us and present our Alexandrian revels. Antony shall be brought drunken forth, and I shall see some squeaking Cleopatra boy migrate to the posture of a whore.
Oh, the good gods.
Nay, 'tis certain. Now, come in. Show me my women like a queen. Go fetch my best attires. Go, bring our crown and all.
That's the thing, no, they didn't mail me my ID, no. That's the thing.
Wherefore this noise?
Here is a rural fellow that will not be denied your Royal Highness's presence. He brings you figs.
Let him come in. What poor an instrument may do a noble deed. He brings me liberty. My resolutions placed from head to foot. I am marble constant. Now the fleeting moon, no planet is of mine.
This is the man.
Avoid and leave him. Hast thou the pretty worm of Nilus there that kills and not pains?
Truly, I have him, but I would not be the party that should desire you to touch him, for his biting is immortal. Those that do die of it, they do seldom or never recover.
Rememberest thou any that have died on't?
Well, very many. I heard one of them no longer than yesterday. How she died of the biting of it, what pain she felt. Truly, she makes a very good report of the worm. The worm, it's an odd worm.
Get thee hence. Farewell.
Oh, I wish you all the joy of the worm.
Farewell.
You must think this, though. Look, you. The worm will do his kind.
Aye, aye. Farewell.
No, look, the worm is not to be trusted, but in the keeping of wise people, for indeed, there's no goodness in the worm.
Take thou no care, it shall be heeded.
Very good. Hey, give it nothing, I pray you, for it is not worth the feeding.
Will it eat me?
Yes. Yes, forsooth. I wish you all the joy of the worm.
Give me my robe. Put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. Now, no more. The juice of Egypt's grape shall moist this lip. Yari, yari, Charmian, quick. Methinks I hear Antony call. I see him rouse himself to praise my noble act. I hear him mock the luck of Caesar, which the gods give men to excuse their after wrath. Husband, I come. Now to that name my courage prove my title. Come then, take the last warmth of my lips. Farewell, kind Charmian. Alexis, long farewell. Have I the aspic in my lips? It's full. If thou nature can be so gently part, The stroke of death is as a lover's pinch, which hurts and is desired. Dost thou lie still? Thus thou vanishest, thou tell'st the world it is not worth leave taking.
Dissolve, thick clouds, and rain, that I may say the gods do weep.
This proves me base. If she first meet the curled Antony, he'll make demand of her and spend that kiss which is mine heaven to have. Immortal wreck, with thy sharp teeth this knot intrinsicate of life at once untie. Poor venomous fool, be angry and dispatch.
Oh, Eastern Star.
Peace, peace. Dost thou not see my baby at my breast, that sucks the nurse asleep?
Break, oh break.
As sweet as balm, as soft as air, as gentle. Oh, Antony, nay, I will take thee too. What should I say?
In this vile world. So, fare thee well. Now boast thee death. In thy possession lies a lass unparalleled.
Where is the queen?
Speak softly, wake her not.
How goes it here?
All dead. Caesar, thy thoughts touch their effects in this. Thyself art coming to see performed the dreaded act which thou so sought'st to hinder. That you did fear is done.
Bravest at the last. She levelled at our purposes, and being royal took her own away. Take up her bed. She shall be buried by her Antony. No grave upon the earth shall clip in it a pair so famous. Our army shall in solemn show attend this funeral, and then to Rome. Come, Charmian, see, high order in this great solemnity.
Nice job, everybody. Congratulations. Congratulations. Close the script real quick. Open up the screen a bit bigger. Happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for everyone who's watching on YouTube. Thanks to all of our Patreoners, supporters. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share with everyone to let them know that this is happening, as it will happen for the next 2 months. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Gas! Incredible! Congratulations, everyone. We'll pop right into the Q&A. We've got 3 questions that we start this with. They're the same 3 questions every time, and we hope if you have questions for the cast, if you want to pop into the stuff, the comments, the chat, I'll be keep my eyes on that. But 90-ish seconds for the cast to respond to the first question, which is, what did you learn about the play that you didn't know before? What did you learn about the play that you didn't know before?
I didn't realize that it was actually a soap.
I didn't realize how many like brilliant characters are in this show.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it really, like it's I think it's a much more ensemble show than I've ever thought of it in production or when I've read it.
It's fast. it goes faster than I think of the show, and I think it's all slow and sexy and sultry, but then all of it is so like something happens, something happens, something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like if Shakespeare was a contemporary playwright, this was his pilot, like TV pilot, where he was just like smash cut to this place and just like give him like 2 scenes here and there and just go back and forth between 20 sets, and then he got the job and became the showrunner. It's very Shonda Rhimes kind of.
It's so Shonda Rhimes.
Like if yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I knew how sexy this play was. Sexy play.
Tell us more about that.
I'll DM you about it.
Sounds good.
On which app?
Got about 10 seconds left for anyone else who wants a crack at what did you learn about this play that you didn't know before?
I'll say that today I learned that I liked it, whereas I hadn't liked it before. So bad ASS. Amazing work. Thank y'all.
Question 2. What image, phrase, or word from the play popped out to you today? What image, phrase, or word from the play popped out
Dylan
to
talking about the worm. Dylan talking about the worm.
Tash,
It's a weird one, right?
Tash talking about nursing her babe as the asp is killing her. Just, it murders me every time. Just destroys me.
Yeah, I have immortal longings in me. Always wrecks me.
Fulvia is dead. Fulvia, dead.
I love that image of the wound, the line of I had a T, now I have an H, which is just it's a great image.
And also, I don't want to ever hear anyone but Alex ever say that line, ever. Like, can we just say that that role must be Alex Hernandez everywhere it's ever performed for the rest of human existence?
It is the broiest thing I've ever just like, look at it. Ah!
Was that, and that's Scarus? So even like the name is a scar? Like
I mean, Shakespeare straight up was like, throw one of like the pretty muscle ones in there. You could say something, make it funny. Go ahead. Go Scarus, whatever.
Jim Sears hops in on the YouTube chat. He calls me boy.
Yeah. Yeah. I read that when we were doing the rehearsal yesterday. The first time I had read that, I was like, oh no, there's something there. There's something there that like that really stings. So I spent some time last night like really trying to get all the way underneath that, because the fact that that's the thing that sticks out to him, I felt like Caesar's not even so much offended about the challenge to personal combat, but it's the fact that he calls him boy, like he calls him boy king. I felt like that one for Octavius stings a little bit because it's personal. Yeah.
All right. Third question. Why does this play matter to you right now? Why does this play matter to you right now?
Making giant decisions based on a complete lack of information and jumping to the wrong conclusion.
I think, yeah, echoing what Monty said, one of the best pieces of advice I've ever been given in my life is never make permanent decisions based on temporary feelings, and this play is a giant cautionary tale towards that.
Yeah, there's an unfortunate humanity to these rulers, and usually humanity is such a wonderful thing, like talking about empathy and the desire for connection and things like that. But in this, we're talking about pettiness and shallowness, and as Daniel just pointed out, like arrogance and quickness to make these decisions on feelings. And unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of people who run the world making these kinds of calls when other people are making decisions based on fact and trying to check them. You see Enobarbus be like, homeboy, look, let's call a spade a spade. You want to be here in Egypt with the queen? Let's do that. Okay, now we're back in Rome. Let's like stay in okay, all right. And he keeps trying to rein in Antony's like all overness. And eventually is like, all right, an honorable man has to leave and then kill himself, because like that's the only thing to do in a world that keeps spitting on those values, right?
On that point, exactly, Jason, your character, I think that's one of my favorite moments in the whole play. When like your character, who's like I think in the play itself is just like first soldier that we combine with, but like that moment of like, I live this, I know this, I want us to win, wrong call. And Antony literally is like, well away, is the response. Uncapped.
I think on that as well is the collateral damage. Like Alex was saying about Enobarbus and Eros and Octavia and Fulvia and all of these people who were just laid to waste because of the passions of essentially 3 people and the decisions of 3 people. The whole of Egypt is left to do whatever happens after Cleopatra dies. It's now in the hands of Caesar. You know, it's all of that.
And also it's kind of grand and sexy. And I think all of us trapped indoors right now are wishing we had a little more grand and sexy. There you go.
I also loved
I'm gonna chime in from the YouTube. Oh. No, go ahead, CP, please. I was gonna pivot, so.
It's a quick thought, which was that like pretty obviously, but not everyone who has power should have it. And like Ella, your Lepidus was just like this person with power who's like a placeholder in this story anyway. And that really struck me today. And I was like, oh, whew, yuck.
Bueno. Some thoughts from the YouTuberverse. And Kemper, the message: love people when they are alive. David Brown, when you must choose between love and country, always choose love. That's what the YouTube comments are adding to this convo. We're at just about time. So thank you to the cast. And by time, I mean time to head to the digital pub, which is always exciting. I've got a tab open there. It's a house tab because it's in my house. So if you want to be part of that digital pub experience, yeah, you like that Montesi over there. If you want to join us at the pub, just become a Patreon supporter at the well or top shelf level, and you can get the invite to the link to the hang. We'll talk more about the things we're talking about. We'll talk about stuff that doesn't matter nearly as much as this, and we'll just hang out. And if not, maybe we'll see you Monday. Hope we do. Thank you, cast, for this incredible experience. You have also changed my mind on this play, just like CP said. So thank you all, and catch you when we catch you. Happy Friday.